Hey everyone, welcome. I'm your host, Taylor, and today we're diving into something I think is a real game changer, the 5E leadership framework. Have you ever wondered what really separates a manager people just work for from a leader people would follow anywhere? Well, this framework gets right to the heart of that question.
All right, let's jump right in. The research from 5E Leadership kicks off with this really powerful idea. Leadership is not a title. It's the daily practice of serving people so they can do their best work. I mean, think about that for a second. It completely flips the script, right? It's not about authority or being the boss. It's about service. It's about what you do every single day to help your team win. Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. We'll start with the foundation of leadership, then look at the 3 pillars that hold it all up. After that, we'll see how the 5 E's, these 5 core behaviors, connect everything. And we'll finish up with a super simple first step you can literally take today. All right, first things first. What's the foundation? What's the bedrock this entire approach is built on? Well, it all boils down to one single, absolutely crucial element. And here it is. This quote from Rusty Calloway's research just nails it. You do not manage your way to trust. You build it. You earn it. Trust is everything. It's the currency of leadership. You can't demand it. You can't put it in an employee handbook. You have to earn it day in and day out with your actions. So if trust is the goal, how do we get there? The framework gives us a model called the whole leader approach, and it rests on 3 main pillars that all work together. Pillar number 1 is cognition. Think of this as the head part of leadership. It's all about mindset, focus, and the quality of decisions your team makes. It's basically the brain science of how people perform at their best. Then we have pillar 2, culture. If cognition is the head, culture is the heart. This is about creating that environment of trust, right? That feeling of psychological safety where people aren't afraid to speak up, to take smart risks, and really bring their A game. And finally, pillar 3, coaching. So if we've got the head and the heart, coaching is the hands. These are the practical, real-world skills you use every day to help your people grow and to, actually get things done. This is the how. Okay, so we have these 3 pillars: cognition, culture, and coaching. But what powers them? What makes them go? That's where the 5 E's come into play. Engage, empathy, equip, empower, and encourage. These 5 things are the engine that drives the whole system. So let's really connect the dots here. We'll start with cognition. How do these 5 behaviors, the 5 E's, actually affect how our brains function at work? This is where it gets really cool, because we're talking about actual brain science. When you engage with someone and show empathy, you literally calm down their brain's threat response. That fight or flight instinct, it chills out. This opens up their mind for better thinking and problem solving. On the flip side, when you equip and empower someone, you're building competence and confidence, which physically strengthens neural pathways. And then encouragement, that's like the glue that makes all that new learning stick. Okay, so that's the brain. Now let's talk about the heart, the culture. How do these same 5 E's build a winning team environment? And this is so, so important. Culture isn't about having a cool mission statement on the wall, right? It's the sum of a million tiny interactions. The 5 E's make trust something you can see and feel. They create that psychological safety we talked about, which means you can push for high standards without everyone getting defensive or scared. You are quite literally building your culture with every conversation. All right, so we've covered the head and the heart. That brings us to the hands, coaching. This is where the 5 E's stop being concepts and start being your everyday leadership toolkit. Right. So coaching is the how. The 5 E's are the practical things you say and do to grow your people and get results. Let's dig into each one so you know exactly what they look like in action. First up is engage. It's so simple, but so many of us skip it. It just means connecting with the human being first before you dive into the work. The research gives us a great little tool here called ODC. That's Outcome Deadline Clarifiers. Just stating those 3 things replaces confusion with crystal clarity, which, by the way, is a massive stress reducer for your team. Number 2, empathy. Now, a quick point on this. In this framework, empathy isn't about feeling sorry for someone or even agreeing with them. It's about accurately understanding their perspective. When you can say something like, "It sounds like you're frustrated with this process," you show you're listening. That instantly lowers their defenses and lets you get to the real issue. Third is equip.
This seems like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how often it's overlooked. Do your people have the tools, the training, and a clear picture of what good looks like? The research is crystal clear on this. Competence builds confidence, and a confident team is a fast, effective team.
All right, number 4 is empower. This is about letting go of control and giving your team ownership. It's not about just throwing them in the deep end, though. You give them clear guardrails. A really simple system is defining decisions as green light, meaning you own it, just do it, yellow light, decide but keep me in the loop, and red light, let's talk about this one together. It replaces micromanagement with trust, and it's a total game changer. And the 5th E is encourage. And please don't mistake this for just saying good job. This is about specific, targeted reinforcement. It's about catching people doing something right and pointing it out right then and there, tying it to a specific behavior or a core value. That's what builds resilience and creates a team that takes pride in their work. Okay, I know this can sound like a lot, but the beauty of this framework is that you don't have to do it all at once. The research is all about starting small. In fact, 5E Leadership's research provides this amazing tool, the 5E conversation card. It's just 5 simple questions, one for each E. These questions can turn any quick check-in into a powerful coaching moment. It's like a cheat sheet for great leadership. And really, that's the whole point. The research shows that great leadership is simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. The real magic happens in these small, consistent, maybe 15-minute practices. That's how you build the trust, that's how you create the culture, and that's how you see real, lasting change. So my challenge to you is this. Don't just let this be interesting information, put it into action. Just pick one thing. Maybe it's using the ODC, outcome, deadline, clarifiers, in your next request. Or maybe it's just catching one person doing something right and encouraging them specifically. So what's it going to be? Which 15-minute practice will you commit to today to start becoming that leader people truly want to work with?